Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Winter's around the corner, so I gotta start winter prepping. Lots of stuff needs to be done before it snows. It's a decent day out today, not too cold, so it's a perfect time to do an oil change, check all our fluids to make sure we're good for the whole winter, hopefully. Alright, let's get to work. Okay guys, I'm definitely in need of an oil change. I don't drive too much year round, so I don't really go by mileage, but more by time. I like to time my oil changes right before winter. Same thing with the fluids and anything else I need mechanically. Basically, I try to get as much work done to the car as possible to minimize working outside in the freezing cold or snow. What I like to do is start the oil change first, and while the oil change is dripping, check all the fluids and top off what's needed. So I need to raise the car to get to the oil pan and oil filter. I could either use the ramp or jack up the car. Because of how low the car is, I can't get on the ramps without scraping my lip. So screw that, I jacked up the car. Before I do that, I chalk up the rears with some steel beams that I have to prevent the car from rolling back. I do this every time I jack up the car and I haven't had any issues with the car rolling back. Raise the car from the front center with the jack. And finally put the car on some jack stands. One on the driver's side, another on the passenger side. I have some cardboard to help me slide under the car. I threw my oil pan under. I also have my 17mm wrench and an oil filter wrench ready to go. Now I'm ready to remove the oil drain plug. No issues here. I do my own oil changes, so these are never over tightened. Same with the oil filter. Sometimes I am able to remove it by hand with the help of a rag, but not in this case. I had to use the oil filter wrench. Takes a bit of time to let these drain, so let's go to the engine bay and check all the fluids. For fluids, I try to use as much OEM fluids as I can. It may just be me, but I like to use the recommended OEM fluids to extend the life of the parts. It's a few bucks more, but worth it in my opinion. Take the engine bay covers off and we'll have access to all the fluids. Brake fluid looks good, but topped it off just a bit. Clutch fluid definitely looks more dirty, so I'm gonna have to address this later down the line, but it will have to do for now. I do plan on a mod in the spring, so definitely stay tuned for that. Let's check on the other side. Power steering fluid looks good. Once again, just topped it off. Windshield washer fluid was pretty low, so I filled it up with a very necessary winter blend. Also, I checked the coolant level and it was good. So for oil, I use full synthetic Mobil 1 extended performance. Since I don't drive too much and only do my oil change 2 times a year, synthetic is the way to go for me. Same thing with the oil filter. It's Mobil 1 extended performance up to 1 year. I usually don't like going near the advertised amount, so I change the filter every oil change. And it's only an extra 10 bucks for peace of mind. I'm cool with that. Definitely need to put in the winter blend for washer fluid. I had an issue last year where it was so cold it actually froze up and my car couldn't spray at all. To top some fluids off, I'll be using some Valvoline brake fluid. Didn't have any Honda brake fluid, but this will do the job fine. For power steering fluid, I always use some Honda power steering fluid. And for coolant, I didn't need to top that off, but I wouldn't use some Honda Type 2 coolant. fluids are good, so time to get back to the oil change. There's been debate whether or not this matters or not, but I like to put oil in the oil filter before install. I don't think it really matters, never had an issue either way, but I definitely coat the oil filter gasket with oil, so it comes off easier next time I remove it. Install it, and then move on to the oil pan. Tightened it by hand so it doesn't cross thread, then fully tighten with the wrench. Gotta wipe down the areas where the oil dripped down. And I can finally fill up the motor with oil. I use the recommended oil weight for the TL, which is 5W20. Grab the funnel, because if I don't use one, I will definitely spill it everywhere. 4.5 quarts is the amount of oil to pour in. I had some leftover oil from last time I did an oil change, so I couldn't really go by the container. But I am able to see how much oil I pour in with the dipstick. It's usually pretty accurate. Pour and check. Pour and then check again. After I'm satisfied with the poured amount, I just gotta put the oil cap back on. Finally done. Well, almost. I gotta lower the car back and then I'm done. I don't go by the in-dash maintenance tracker, so no need to reset it. But I do keep a log of all the things I do to the car. That usually includes mileage, the date, and what job I did. If you don't do this already, I definitely recommend you guys do it too. It helps keep track of everything, especially when you have a bad memory like me. Ha! Alright, first winter prep job is finally done. I still got a ton more to do, so I really hope it doesn't get freezing cold or snow soon. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. I just hit over 100 subscribers, and I know that doesn't sound like much, but that means a lot to me because of all the positive feedback. I gotta thank all you guys for watching the videos. Seeing all the likes makes me want to make more videos for you guys. Stay tuned for more because I got a lot more to do for winter prepping. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.